Hannah be here in just a minute. She's making some coffee and getting Owen dinner. So, you're stuck with me for now. Man, I got burned today. We went swimming at my parents' house. You got some sun too.
You're not just stuck with him, you're also stuck with me.
Hey there, Smystead. How you enjoying the Sunshine State? Hello there, Miss Nichols. How are you? We are doing pretty good around here. We had a fun day. Oh, well, when did that happen? I missed that. Hello there, Tennessee Bushcrafter. How you doing, brother? We went to Detweiler's yesterday, which is in Sarasota. It's a little far for milk. That's the main reason why we go there. Is our favorite dairy sells there, even though they're closer to us. They don't sell to any stores around here. But it's an Amish grocery store, so you get some killer produce from there, and it's all locally grown. Friday we'll be coming down to visit instead of moving. I don't blame you. Florida sucks. But they have some pretty good deals on meat and everything, and it's all like local stuff. It's pretty cool. So we did that yesterday. Today we just hung around my parents' house, doing marvelous. Thank you very much. You can't complain. Love Amish stores. I do too. I was a little. I felt a little bad. Sorry, I'm logging into my computer here. We invited our parents to go with us because they just moved from Florida, from Amish Central up in Ohio, and we're like, hey, they can get some brands like Troyer's. They can get some brands at this place. May help get over a little bit of the homesick. And it wasn't until we were pulling in that I realized they thought we were going to an Amish settlement, not a grocery store. We were going for groceries, and so I felt a little bad, but it was still cool. We got to go to Freddy's, which is probably my favorite fast food restaurant that is not...
Today, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday, yeah. Did I say today? I'm sorry. Apparently I'm getting mixed up on my dates. I posted the video for the Harvest Moon Giveaway 21 yesterday, and for the channels, not for people to enter. That's going to come later. But apparently in that video I kept flipping September and October when I was saying it in the numbers. So, all that stuff. We hit our local Amish 2 days ago. Had to get garlic for planting and a couple more fig trees to plant in a few weeks. Our Amish is about 30 minutes away, and it's a settlement. Awesome. What's up, Charlie? Bushcrafter, when do you plant yours? I have always heard to get the best garlic, you need to plant it. When was that? What did George tell me? Full moon in October.
Yeah, something like that. The harvest moon, Jake.
I didn't know.
But
that's what I've heard. I don't know.
Do we do a Harvest Moon giveaway every night? That's Sunday. That's
No, we're doing the Harvest Moon giveaway.
No, he's asking
in October.
if we do it every full moon. No, just the harvest moon.
Yeah, just the Harvest Moon.
Each full moon has a different name, right?
I got a good
Yep.
idea.
We plant ours in October. Do you do it at night? Apparently, that's the key, is to do it under the full moon at night. I don't know how much. Like, I'm all about wives' tales, but sometimes that's exactly what they are. But they need 30 days before the frost to root. That makes sense.
Did you know that
Excuse me.
has a lot of bathroom stories?
I believe you.
And then I guess Friday we had Owen's cousin stay the night.
Had to sleep over. That was fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. They were good.
No,
It
they
was
were
just Owen is in bed by 7:45 every night.
But AJ's.
And they were up till 11. So it was a long night. I missed the first 2 minutes. What are you planting under the harvest moon?
Garlic.
Do anything right now. I don't have anything planted.
Yeah, garlic.
I have one and only pineapple died.
I know. I need to go talk to. There's a rough cut lumber yard just down the road from us, and so I need to go talk to them.
The one in Ona? Or
Zolfo.
No? Oh, one in Zolfo. Okay.
There's one in Ona too, but
I didn't know if they were rough cut. But
the mills in Zolfo. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
And I need to go get the wood so we can set up
if
our.
they're open tomorrow.
Excuse me. Goodness gracious. Our first frost is around late November. Yeah.
Hey,
We don't get frost. I'm just waiting on.
Is it on live chat?
Yeah.
What am I drinking? Some sort of coffee.
There you go. Now it's in live chat.
Thank you.
Yeah. We don't know if it's a latte or a cappuccino.
It's
we know
awesome,
we make the. I don't know the difference between the two. I'm sure a coffee snob would be able to tell us, but we make it. We do a 30-second pull out of a double shot espresso, and then 10 ounces of milk that we, froth or foam or steam, whatever you want to say. And the way we pour it is there's not a whole lot of foam. It's mainly milk, but latte. Okay, so that's a latte.
Whatever it is.
It's
I like it. I don't
It's
care.
very yummy.
It could be either one, and I would be happy right now.
Mommy, I have a lot of wrinkles on my feet.
Oh, you must be old.
I have 4 different mints in the dehydrator for herbal teas and medicinal drink. Okay.
You're okay.
Oh, thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Hannah worked very hard on that. Yeah, I can't wait to grow mints again. I've thought about.
I like mint.
Well, I've thought about. Hello, Miss Carolyn.
So I don't like drinking regular water, but if I put some mint leaves in it, I love it.
I've thought about using mint as a ground cover because it grows so well, but I know it's invasive.
Mm-hmm.
But but like, there's parts of our yard that nothing grows in. Latte is 2% milk.
Well, then we do that one.
Brev is okay. Well, then we made a brev.
No, maybe.
We do whole milk.
I don't care. It's good.
And the milk that we got is from a dairy called Dakin Dairy, and we drove all the way to Sarasota for this milk. I love chocolate mint. I've never had the chocolate milk. But I'm saying like when we decide to go, like that's the reason we're going.
Carolyn says I love chocolate mint.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all.
Use the mint leaves from our ground cover today.
Use the mint leaves from our ground cover today. I put it in my stuffed mushrooms twice a week. Oh, nice.
Mommy, I'm done. Can I please have Mike and Ike?
Bravo.
Yes.
Oh,
Go
okay.
dump that in the garbage can, please.
Dadgum, if this computer ever kicks in, I need a new laptop. But yeah, like there's some parts of our yard where grass doesn't like to grow. Though
there's pretty ground cover back there, though.
we did find a ground cover that the past owners had planted. Excuse me. My apologies, y'all. Yeah.
Do you know where it is?
Chocolate mint is one of the few I have dehydrating. Mine has exploded. We loved it when we had ours.
I love mint.
She has one of those water infuser things where, like, it has, I don't know, you shove all the herbs, whatever you want, down into something that sits in the ice or in the water, and you just let it steep. And all right, here we go. Finally got this up.
But they gave me extra because I couldn't.
Yeah, she loved having the mint. I like having it just for the smell. Never thought of a dehydrator. Yeah, that's what we used. She would do the fresh, but we also dehydrated it. If I could get an extractor, I'd extract the oils. I know you can do it with like a tincture, which we did. But if I could get pure essential oils, I totally would. All right, let's see. We'll go ahead and share this real quick. I was bummed. I decided to go through all the videos that I posted on YouTube, and if it was going to be editable down to under 3 minutes, I was going to put this on TikTok. And I did. I still have some drafts I have to share, but I did most of that. And went to post the one where Owen played a Rambo character, and they nixed it.
He didn't have a shirt on, and he was running with a knife.
No, he was not running with a knife. You gotta stop telling people we let our kid run with a knife.
No, the one time you did. I did not. I was inside.
He held the knife out safely, and it was a hunting knife, so it's not like he could, like...
You watch this kid walk into walls as much as I have, and you don't let him walk with anything sharp. He's gotten better about that.
But anyway, so aware. I did a appeal, and I lost it. So I'm pretty frustrated with the TikTok right now. That's a really cool card you have over your left shoulder. I agree. The shirt I was wearing yesterday was pretty cool too. We were all set up. Hannah was wearing our new logo shirt,
it's in the dryer.
which I meant to post that video today. We did a video with all our new merch. But anyway, so I was wearing my Christmas on Crestline hat and
Shirt.
off Kilter hat. What did I say?
Hat.
I was wearing my Christmas on Crestline shirt, off Kilter hat. Han was wearing the off Kilter shirt. We were promoting Christmas everywhere we went yesterday. Yeah, I have them infusers and the teapots with the mesh screens. Takes hundreds of pounds versus ounces for essential oils. Yeah, you watch this kid walk into walls as much as I have. Kids get in trouble for making a pistol from fingers in school now. I know. So I do vocab different than, well, any other teacher I've seen. When they do their vocab, they have to write the word, write the definition, and then I call it a brain click. It's just a picture that they have to draw, so when they see the word, they can think of the picture, help them remember the definition. And I had a kid come up to me, and he's like, "Am I allowed to draw a gun?"
No.
I go, "Yeah."
Oh, I have like a 0 tolerance for that in my classroom because.
But I'm teaching a civics class. We're going to talk about all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I go, "Yeah," and it's insanity to me, you know, when you protect people to the point that they have. One, I think it makes for a less tolerant society. Not like you do what you want and everything like that.
We do
I'm
not
talking
have a
like
tolerant society at all.
I'm not even talking like that kind of tolerance. I mean, being able to tolerate when things go poorly or bad or understand that the world sucks and people are evil, and I don't agree with any of that type of stuff at all. God forbid play Cowboys and Indians. Yeah, not allowed to do that anymore. I don't even think they're allowed to play Red Rover anymore.
That's an awesome game. It weeds out the weak
I'm mostly
ones.
Cherokee. I'm not offended.
Where we lived in Montana, they did not want to be called Indian. They wanted to be called Native.
Native,
That was
yeah.
the only word that was
They say
acceptable.
we're not Indian, we're not Native Americans because we're not
natives.
American. We are Native. Pleased to be informing where OKH merch might be obtained. So that was the video that I meant to post today and forgot. So I'll post that here soon. Did I edit it? I think I didn't, because we hopped in the car and took off.
It's on my phone.
So I need to edit it, and
You
then
had a really crappy model.
and then anyway, so I made a video where Hannah was modeling the shirt, Owen the hat, and we have 2 little koozies. I posted on Facebook because I uploaded everything to Teespring, and even though the image that I posted had to be scaled down, not blown up, it was like crazy pixelated. I'm gonna have to get some milk.
I'll get you some.
Oh, well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Pick up anyway.
It was crazy pixelated, and I was frustrated with Teespring, to say the least. And so I put on Facebook looking for alternatives, and my buddy, he's a fellow Santa from a couple towns over. He goes, hey, remember, I have all that stuff. Which I had planned on going to him for a couple shirts for us anyway. But I didn't think he would be willing to do print on demand like Teespring and stuff does. Because, one, I know I'm not going to sell enough shirts to really buy a big stock. And I'm not really going to... I didn't want to do it myself because I'm like... That type of stuff causes me great anxiety. Like, I'll just think about restaurants and how they order. And I'm like, how in the world do you know you're going to have enough food for that night and not have to throw it all away? And so just doing that. And so he goes, no, sure, it's fine. So I sent him the thing. He threw it on some shirts, had me come look at them. I'm like, this is great. He goes, how much money you want to make on it? Like, I'm not really looking to make any money on it. So as close to cost plus shipping as I can get, that's fine. So he agreed, like $20 a shirt, $20 a hat, and like $7.50 for the koozies, and he'll print it all. And if I got to figure out how to do the ordering. But anyway, so he wanted to kind of know how many to buy. I'm like, I have no idea. So I made this video, and I'll put it out, and people could be like, yeah, I would be interested, even if they're not committing to it. Just, yeah, I'd be interested in, something in this size. That way he kind of knows how many shirts he needs to order to be able to print. So that's where we're at right now. Not to beat a dead horse, but there are many great books out there that aren't allowed in schools anymore. Indian Uncovered, Mice and Men. Yeah.
There's a lot.
To the credit of my school, they have a whole section on banned books. Where once you're in 8th grade, or maybe that was when I was subbing in high school. I don't remember. Classes start to merge. They were reading Fahrenheit 451, Animal Farm, which has been banned for a while.
In high school, when you were in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was supposed to read that junior year. I didn't. I read of my
Little Black Sambo was banned, which we have. It was when I was 7 because I brought that in for him.
What?
Little Black Sambo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of Mice and Men, that's probably the only
I never
required reading book in 4 years of high school that I actually read.
Careful. Hey, scoot the chair over that way.
He can't hear you.
Scoot the chair that way. Scoot the chair that way. All right, there you go. That's a big investment. You want one? Okay. Yeah, I'll put out that video. But he's opening it to everyone. He goes, hey, if you have other channels that don't want to do Teespring but want some shirts to sell, he's willing to do that. So we'll see. The shirt was a sturdy quality, and the print was nice. A lot of times with those prints, you can tell that they're not great, and they're probably not going to stay on very long. But this one seems like really solid. So anyway, sorry, I got heartburn, so I'm trying to get rid of it. Anybody have big plans for tomorrow, or are you stuck working?
Very nice.
We obviously have it off, and we're going to try to work as little as possible. But I need to take a load of brush to the dump, and then my dad's going to come over, and we're going to install scuttle hole, which that won't take long. I mean,
so don't do laundry
once
tomorrow.
the video comes out, awesome, thanks. Ain't doing crap. Good job. I don't blame you.
So don't start laundry in the morning.
No.
Okay.
No. But yeah, that won't take long. My dad's he's got to crawl in the attic because the scuttle hole that we have is way too small for my fat butt to get into. Small enough when the AC guy came, he goes, yeah, you need to cut in a bigger scuttle hole, then I'll be able to go up in the attic and look and get you a quote for a new system.
Yeah, they said this dump is closed there tomorrow, so you might want to call before you head out there.
They did a pretty good job with the movie. Mice and Men is only about 100 pages.
Yeah,
book.
that's why I read it. It was the shortest one.
There's a fella prints a lot of stuff for us. Very cool. Dump is close to right here. Yeah, I need to check them out. Clean. Then get in the garden, find some more treasures. We found some tomatoes, cucumbers, green beans, and our very overgrown garden. Cool. Smoking pulled pork and shredded beef is all.
That sounds
Yum.
yummy.
I started cooking with my Blackstone yesterday. I freaking love that thing.
Good.
I made breakfast yesterday morning, which was just sausage and bacon. And then for dinner, I made me hamburgers. I made Hannah chicken. And then I made Owen swordfish steaks. It's a griddle, Charlie.
On a griddle.
Yeah, I planned on getting a pellet grill, but the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, do I really want to sink that kind of money into it? I mean, the Blackstone wasn't cheap, but it was still, a couple hundred less than a pellet grill. And my issue with the normal gas grills that I've gotten in the past is they're cheap. It takes forever to come up to any kind of decent temp, and they don't hold temp very well. So it's such a pain in the rear. So my best friend got a Blackstone griddle, and he was telling me about it, and I'm like, you know what? That would be really nice to be able to just go out whenever they're having something that I don't want to have. I can throw a couple burgers on that thing and be able to eat pretty quickly. Excuse me. And on top of that, he's given me his old smoker anyhow. So, I mean, that takes place of that pellet grill that I was looking at getting. And this thing is awesome. Apparently, it's their new version. It has like a 28-inch griddle along with 2 side burners. So, like, that's perfect for if we get a hurricane. And not just like the, dinky little side burners you see on normal gas grills. Like, this thing is hefty.
Is there 1 or 2 burners, or is it just
2?
Is it 2? Okay.
Yeah. I may do a video review on it.
Go for it.
I'll go for it.
Wild.
I burned myself twice pretty good. Last week I sat here like a giant wussy with my thumb in water. Shut up. And I did that when I was seasoning it. It's not cast iron, it's rolled steel, but you season it just the same. And then I did it again yesterday, cleaning it. But all right, let me get started. Justin wants one. It's worth it. Probably start another for a minute. Hot sauce tomorrow. Very nice.
How hot are Scotch bonnets? I haven't had hot sauce in a really long time.
I could show you the video of Mary eating one, but she doesn't like hot at all.
They sound yummy, but I could be totally
Pellet
wrong.
grill isn't worth it. I think when it comes to pellet grills, you get what you pay for. Though I was kind of irritated because, like, 4 days after I bought the Blackstone, I walked into ours, and they had their big $700 pellet grill on clearance for $3. And that one had a pellet grill, it had a smoker, and then it had a charcoal grill, all in one. I think pellet smokers have stupid proofed smoking meat. Yeah, and that's why I was wanting to do it. Like, I don't have the patience nor the time really to learn how to do true wood. Like, she has a cousin that, like, that's what he does is like he gets off work and he goes home and he is dove into, sorry, I had to get the tense right in my head. He has dove into that whole world, and he started out with an electric one, then he had a crash and that flew out of the back of the truck, and so they replaced that, and he ended up getting a wood-fired one, and so he has been like working at perfecting that craft. I don't have the time nor the patience for it. Though it creates a great product when you know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. I harvested about 50 off one plant so far. Holy crap, that's a lot of peppers. Charlie, I have a Traeger pellet, a wood, Yoder Stockton stick burner, and a propane grill. I use the pellet the most, I think, but the Yoder gives the best flavor. I would agree. And that Traeger, that's a beast of a pellet grill. I mean, I know there's always arguments about what's the best, but from everything I've heard and everyone I've talked to, Traeger is where it's at. I think that's what my brother just got.
I've heard the word somewhere recently, so that's probably true.
Scotch bonnet are 100,000 to 350. I smoke meat about 2 to 4 times a month. Fall and winter more so. Yeah, when I get that smoker, I'll probably smoke a little bit more. I had an electric smoker a couple years ago. You have an Aaron. Grills and smokes pretty good. Yeah. That he does. I had an electric smoker a couple years ago, and it never got hot enough to put a bark on it. But the one I'm getting, I know puts a bark on things because I've had stuff out of it. Not sure how much they run, as Aaron just came to me.
I can tell you Jacobs are expensive.
I'm sure Aaron's are too.
Probably.
At least Aaron's don't. They don't just go off whims.
That's why it's expensive, because you go off whims.
I go off whims, and I get so involved in a hobby. Just too salty sometimes. I get so involved into a hobby, and I buy all this stuff for the hobby, and then I get it all, and I start the hobby, and then I move on to the next hobby.
Well, guess what? You are using that one.
Yeah, well,
forever.
That's a little different.
Forever.
Yeah, that's a little different. Same thing with I just noticed your glass, and I've yet to make a debut comment. I think you're required to drink beer out of that. That's a little small for beer.
Your hand is almost bigger. Well, if you compare anything to your head, it's going to be small.
Oh, shut up. I got this at a yard sale. My grandma had one when I was little, and that's what I always drink at. So when I saw it, I had to take it. Weber charcoal with wood is awesome. I can control heat within 10 degrees. Camp Chef makes great smokers too. Hey, Little Bits of Heaven Homestead, how are you doing? I miss having you on the Facebooks. No, I guess I'm not even that active on Facebook anymore. I mean, I'll post and comment a little bit, but I'm not super active.
It's just overwhelming on there anymore.
Yeah. See, I think I'm missing the reference with debut. Because anytime I see the word duh with a B, I immediately go to the Bears. And so I think I'm missing a reference. Is that off of a movie that I should have seen or I'm not thinking of at the moment? Beer Fest. I've never seen Beer Fest.
Yeah, I don't know that one either.
Or is that from like the actual Beer Fest? Das Boot is a German beer glass. Okay. I miss y'all. I wish you'd come back under a fake profile at least. Then who cares if you get banned? You just get another one.
They got banned?
Huh?
They got banned?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Facebook is stupid. They don't like people that speak their minds. Beer Fest the movie. Yeah, I've never seen that. I went through a phase where I like swore off all those type of movies because I'm like, American Pie is it. And they're just all copying American Pie or Road Trip, kind of the same area. And so I'm just not going to watch any knockoffs. And now I realize I missed a bunch of movies.
You can't see.
But how's the... it's slower on here than it is on there.
Okay.
How's that high desert treating you? I used to smoked meat with a cheap charcoal barrel smoker grill. Meat always turned out great. You just have to know how to use it, and I don't know how to use it. They did Super Troopers. I like Super Troopers. I'm trying to get Hannah to watch Super Troopers, and she won't do it. I've even like shown her clips that she's laughed at. She won't watch it. What movie was it that kind of ruined that for you?
Ruin what?
Those type of movies.
Probably.
Was it not another teen movie?
No.
You laughed at that one though.
Mm.
But you've never seen White Castle or?
You made me watch White Castle.
Oh, that was a great one.
Eh.
The first one. It was funny. But Super Troopers is freaking funny. Yep. Carolyn, it teaches you more so how to do it. Yeah, I have a few of those boot mugs. The mugs I have are plastic. Yeah, this one's solid glass, but you boys ever do you want? I don't watch any of them types. We haven't really watched a movie.
That's because for some reason we can't stay awake during movies, but we can binge watch a TV show.
Yeah.
For several hours, but we can't stay awake during movie.
I want to watch. I want to watch the movies with.
I don't even know the last movie we watched.
I hate when my brain just wipes itself.
I mean, I sat up.
I got my boots when I was in high school. We were the Cooper City Cowboy. Oh, very cool. No, Colin Farrell's the only person coming to my head, and that is totally not who I'm thinking about. The Via Con Dios guy. Was in Parenthood and The Matrix.
Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves. Goodness gracious. And what was the movie? John Wick. I want to watch the John Wick movies. I haven't seen those. I'd like to watch the Jack Ryan movies. I haven't seen those.
I don't watch those.
I don't care about Jack Reacher.
No.
I've never seen the Bourne Identity movies. I hear I need to watch those.
I've seen the third one. That was really confusing when you haven't seen the others.
Yeah, John Wick is solid action. See, we need to watch that.
I'm not I'm really
I need to finish the Die Hard series. I've only seen the first 3.
I'm really picky about action movies.
I grew up on action movies.
I did not.
I mean, basically, as long as it's not Steven Seagal, I'll watch it. We're binging Friday Night Lights at the moment. I've seen the movie. I never saw the show.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Yeah, I was talking to my mom today about movies that I missed out on. Like, I've never seen Indiana Jones movies. I just saw Field of Dreams like 2-3 weeks ago. Like Steven Seagal. He annoys me. And I know he's a turd. What, didn't you meet him in real life on a plane? And he was just a royal pain in the rear? Indiana and 2 are a rite of passage. 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Owen wants to watch it.
That last one they made was just... I don't remember. There's 4 of them.
Mommy, I wonder when they finish making this Monsters at Work. I wonder if they're going to put out a movie at that.
What episode are you on?
The first one I started.
Hey, Farmstead Smith, how you liking that new porch? Or landing? It wasn't the whole porch. You're just adding to it, right?
Hey, when did Mama get here?
Just now.
Hi, Mama.
But yeah, I was talking to my mom today and about things I hadn't seen, and it's, I just never really went outside of what we were involved in. My dad was all Van Damme style movies, and so I love Van Damme for the exception of From Hell. That was stupid. And I haven't seen any of his new stuff. And my mom was like Beaches and Titanic and like that thing. So really until middle school when there were, Varsity Blues and a couple things that I had gotten out of or started watching out on my own, I hadn't really watched a whole lot. I've gone back and tried to watch some. I watched Tron a couple years ago, which was great, and Owen's begging to watch Tron. So I'll probably watch the old one with him. Yeah, there's some other ones. Ferris Bueller's is one that every boy has to watch. I agree. We do have a list of movies that he can watch now. And then I'm working on a list of once he gets into middle school and can start watching some higher movies. Maybe not with Hannah present, but once he has to see. In the 80s will be very well represented. I watched War Games. That movie freaking holds up. Like, that was a solid movie. Ignore all the super dated technology. Like, that still held up really well. And I had, Sheedy before she got Breakfast Club Sheedy. Anyway, have your parents officially moved back? Yes, they have.
They've been here. They've been here about a little less than, about a month.
About a month.
About a month now.
We were there today using the pool. We didn't even have a TV for a really long time. When I did get a Facebook, I want one that got, channels, could watch movies. Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Owen loves that movie. He loves
Nightmare Before Christmas.
He loves it.
Beetlejuice, he's a little young.
He wouldn't make it through the night.
Yeah, he's like me. He doesn't do well with horror. We were a little worried about E.T., but he took that fine and loves that. And
but Beetlejuice is a little...
Yeah.
I think once he saw those, all I could think of is the one where he's had opened his mouth. No, he wouldn't make it.
Yeah. Denise, generational gap there. Edward Scissorhands, great movie. Oh man, I watched those movies well before I was supposed to. I'm sure there's plenty. I remember. Let's see. We moved in second grade, so I remember watching Roadhouse when I was in kindergarten, first grade. And anytime something bad came up, I'd have this yellow blanket, flower blanket, that my mom got from her friend that was a Japanese foreign exchange student back in high school. Weird details that I shouldn't remember. But that would get thrown over my head while there was nudity on screen and then taken off. So I was exposed to Roadhouse very early.
But for Owen, it's not just visual. He hears music that's scary or sad, and he's just done for.
Yeah.
So it's what he hears as well as what he sees, and he wouldn't make it.
I think I was his age when I saw Hellraiser. I still have. I don't do horror at all. Alien movie with Dad asleep on the couch at 8 years old. I can't remember. I think I watched Alien when I wasn't supposed to, but it was on, and so I was just watching it. But I can't remember when I watched it. I just remember watching that when I was younger. And I have such an eclectic taste. I don't know. I'm weird.
Who was in War Games?
Ali Sheedy and...
Who was the guy? There was...
oh crap, I can't remember. You got your phone. I can't remember. It wasn't Downey.
No. It was somebody known,
it was like a B-list version. Oh, Broderick. Yeah, there you go.
That's it. I knew it was somebody that was known.
Yeah, it was... that was a solid movie. But you know what? Tron was too. There's a few that I want them to not reshoot, not remake, just go in and remaster maybe a little bit. Tron, I think, could really be brought up. War Games, they would have to reshoot.
Yeah.
I want them to totally redo Polar Express. Keep the same voices.
Keep the audio.
Just update the animation. Also, Doctor Who was in War Games. Which Doctor? I think I remember that now that you say that.
I'm looking it up.
Was it 4? No, it wasn't 4. I remember that now that you say something about that. Tron was a good one, and they redid it. They did. He wants to watch both. I haven't seen the second one, though. Tron was great when he aged, and they came out with, Man, the computer version is way behind. So we, my dad and I cut down so many limbs. So we'll be rebuilding our shed here soon. I didn't get any of that filmed. Sorry. It just wasn't in a good spot to film. But we have some. I'll film the rebuilding of the shed, and I'm gonna add like a lean-to to it to park the lawnmower underneath. I think.
Please.
But it was funny because the daycare that's attached to our backyard,
Those kids.
Owen was out there helping me, and he swears he is part of the He-Man Woman Haters Club. He'll get mad if you're like, oh, you think that girl's cute, something like that. Like, he's all about the cooties right now. But he was showing out so bad for them little girls that were sitting on top of the swing set, yelling at him.
Yeah, they like to perch up there and look over into the yard.
It was hilarious. He has this giant inflatable ball, and he was kicking it, and he's like, yeah, I'm in soccer. And all this, I'm like, bro, you can deny it as much as you want, but you are a ham and a half.
Those kids, though, like, I got home from work that day, and I walk out there, and they're like, oh, the mom, she's here. I'm like, what's the dad doing?
Horror doesn't mess me up, but anything bad that has to do with animals, man, I have things ingrained. Do you mean like sad movies or like Deer Hunter when you know they shot that deer? What?
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean what's wrong with me? She said anything bad that has to do with animals. Like sad, like Marley and Me? Oh, Bambi messed you up. It never bothered me. Yeah, Bambi never. Maybe I just never made that connection until I got older and saw the connection. Never bothered me. I haven't seen Deer Hunter yet, but from everything Ranella talks about it, like that movie, there was no, it was no stunts. Like if they shot an animal in that movie, they shot an animal in that movie. But yeah, like, you know, Marley and Me is super sad for anyone with a soul.
I had a devil dog like that once, so it didn't make me too sad.
She did not cry during Marley and Me.
You know, I get animals. I get it. I get people love them, but our dog was a demon.
That movie sounds awful. I'd sit there and watch hunting documentaries, so it probably wouldn't bother me a whole lot. Grew up reading King, Lovecraft, Poe. I never read any H.P. Lovecraft. I know about it, but I love Poe. I've read 2 King books. I read The Shining because I saw the movie. I made a deal. Hannah loved horror movies.
And then I became a mom, and now I just can't.
But we had a deal going where I would watch one horror movie a year with her. And we started classic because then it was, it was old enough that the special effects and everything would be more cheesy than anything. So she would still get her horror jump scares and stuff like that. And I would not be traumatized. And so we watched The Shining, and I'm like, Stanley Kubrick was on acid when he made that thing.
It was just a weird movie.
Yeah, it made no sense to me. And so I said, I have to read the book. And I read the book, and I'm like, so much better than the movie. I asked for Dr. Sleep for Christmas or something. She got me Dr. Sleep, and I read that this summer. And it was really good. It definitely had a Ted Dekker style.
No, I like Ted Dekker.
Or, I mean, maybe you could just tell Ted Dekker is heavily influenced by Stephen King. I don't know. That's most likely how it is. But it had that feel to it. So you may like it. No. Though I think you would need to read The Shining first.
I wasn't impressed by the movie.
You can't take the movie. The book is totally different. Other than being really long. I mean, who am I to critique Stephen King's writing? But the dude needs to cut back on the words. They could have cut like 200 pages out of that book.
It's kind of like the guy who wrote Aragon.
Yeah.
He could cut those down by a couple hundred pages. But I like the books. Just very wordy.
Yeah. I was born in Baltimore, so Poe is a necessity. Wrote some wonderful fantasy books, audiobooks, so you can listen 2 times as fast. Deer Hunter is one movie I refuse to watch. Again, I've never seen it. I've just heard people talking about it.
Your mom said my name.
Yeah, she can't believe that. Oh, sorry. She can't believe that Marley and Me didn't bother you either.
Well, I mean, it's sad, but then I had a Bella. Bella did a lot of damage, not just to my house and my possessions, but to me as a person.
Kubrick was on something during many movies. Yeah, I'm not a Kubrick fan. Wasn't he the one that did that one movie that so Hannah took a movie class, a comedy class,
The comedy one.
and we had to watch all these different. Dr. Strangelove, wasn't he the one that did that? That was the dumbest movie. They called it. That wasn't even dark. Did they call it dark comedy?
No, it was more.
It wasn't. It wasn't dark comedy. Not what I know is dark comedy.
No, it wasn't dark comedy.
But
More satire.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember what category it fit in, but
No, it
that
wasn't a
class-
Clockwork Orange.
it was pretty good on most movies it picked. But there's like 2 stinkers in there that.
Yeah, I do want to see a Clockwork Orange. I've heard that's decent,
What is
but
that?
I know it's a Kubrick movie.
Oh.
But that's not the one I was thinking of. I want to say he did that one I just mentioned. I like a lot of his movies, Full Metal Jacket, but some of the others were out there. Full Metal Jacket was a very good movie. I do think that you have to be in the right mindset for it because he
Doctor Strange.
there's some scenes in that movie that maybe didn't need to be in there. But overall, that's a good movie.
He did Doctor Strangelove.
Okay. We got rid of some animals for the first time today. Oh man, the first ones ever. Well, we did dispatch aggressive ruse, but this was the first time we gave away animals we brought in. Oh no. Was it just to build the flock? Or was it too much room? Not enough room?
I want chickens again.
Well, we'll get some
I heard
chickens.
a rooster the other day.
Yeah, I was talking to the neighbor, kind of feeling them out a little bit about different animals that we wanted to get. And I kind of threw chickens out there just to kind of gauge how it is. And he goes, yeah, the people behind us have chickens. They got roosters, so nothing like that bothers us. It's getting rid of 2 white geese that beat up. Oh, okay. Butchering sweet, fuzzly, cuddly bunnies tomorrow. We plan on getting some bunnies here soon. I think we're going to get rabbits before we get chickens.
I want my chickens.
But we need to get the taste for rabbits too. I think before we start breeding them like crazy to put in the freezer. So I think maybe we get a rabbit and like we could get the breeding pairs, just keep them separate, and the breeding pairs are going to be pets anyway.
Tina and what was the boy one going to be?
Goober, what did you want to name the boy rabbit?
Gonzo and Tina.
But then remember we're getting another girl.
And what were we going to call her?
I don't remember.
Can't remember either.
But yeah, Owen wants to name one of the rabbits Tina, so he can walk outside and yell, "Tina, you fat lard, come get your dinner." Have at least 12 tomorrow. We need to get the taste before we really get into production.
It doesn't taste bad. It's the mental.
Yeah, and I want to do the same thing with hunting. I have somebody that has offered to. They're an outfitter, a guide, but I helped his wife at school, so he's like, "Hey, I'll take you out on a free hunt." So we're gonna do that. I don't know when. I mean, I've had my hunting license for a couple of years now. I just haven't gone. So I want to take my first deer, and I want to keep some of the meat. I'm not going to keep all of the meat, but I'm going to give the rest of that meat away. And I want to develop a taste for it. Once I develop a taste for it, then it won't be any issue. I just have to get over the mental block. Our boys are Thumper because literally he does it all the time. Another Spike. One female's Flopsy because of a floppy ear. Yeah, Tina. Yeah, I watched Napoleon Dynamite with him the other day, and he loved it.
He watched Napoleon Dynamite again when he was homesick.
Yeah.
We watched it at 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't like that movie any time of the day. It was even more stupid at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I want to get something to name it Grunka. If you're a Chuck fan, then you'd get that reference.
We've eaten
I'd be
hog.
happy to eat invasive hog. I've had hog. It's pretty good.
My parents brought some up to North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember where he got it from, but we
Billy.
had it. Billy, that's right. It was really good.
I need the land to hunt it. Otherwise, I'd go hunt hog all the time. Though we don't eat a whole lot of pork.
No.
I eat bacon a lot.
But every now and then, a little bit of pork's not bad.
No. And wild hog is definitely different than what you buy at the store.
Yeah.
It does not affect you nearly as bad.
I've heard
Venison
that.
can be pretty much like beef in most cases.
Don't ignore your mom.
What'd you
She
say?
knows I'm right.
Oh, I love pork. I do too. I just went without eating it for so long. It doesn't agree with me totally. Bacon, I never had any
Bacon and
issue.
sausage, you don't have problems.
Yeah, sausage I'm fine with. But for some reason, when I eat,
Pork steaks don't bother you. It's the pork
Yeah.
chops and pulled.
when it's really lean,
Mm-hmm.
if it's really lean, that's when I have issues for some reason. Fatty pork, I'm good with. Have to have a better source, maybe. Though I was getting it from a local butcher, and he didn't get it imported meat. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal was, but I mean, even when we had the pork belly and made carnivore popcorn, that was that caused some. I think both of us got sick over
The
that.
popcorn, that was bad.
And maybe it was just because
That was bad.
maybe that lard was bad that we fried it in. I don't know.
Maybe, but we haven't gone back.
Our homegrown pork is different than store bought. Chops and steaks are almost the same parts. Yeah. I haven't even talked to you about this yet. I did have a buddy. He asked if Owen was doing 4-H this year, and I said no. I said maybe next year, do a rabbit, get him started off small. And he told me, well, if Owen ever wanted to show a hog, that we could keep it out at his place.
Cool.
Because Regan's showing a hog this year.
Oh yeah, he's.
Yeah, but what does he feed it? That's my issue. That's true. What they eat excuse me. What they eat definitely can affect that. Store-bought beef. Where were we that was selling grass-fed beef?
I don't know.
I almost bought some.
I know they had a lot of that in Montana.
Yeah.
But
I think maybe that was what Miss Carolyn sent me. Which I just didn't have it to buy a whole side or even a quarter. But eventually that's what I'd like to do is just go and buy a whole side or go in with somebody and split the cost of a full cow. Yum.
I'm hungry.
I know we're gonna have to get up here in a minute and go eat, but I love mushrooms. I'm terrified to go pick it myself. Morels are one thing. I grew up hunting morels, but hello there, Mr. McGahee. Yeah, I grew up hunting morels, so those don't bother me. But all the other ones, it doesn't matter how many books I read or videos I watch showing you how to forage for your own mushrooms. I'm just too paranoid. So I need to I need to hunt them at the grocery store, like Charlie said. Sometimes grass-fed beef is terrible, so if you try one that's really terrible, just say that that's one source that is bad. I agree. It just like honey, it really changes the flavor based on what they eat. I heard it explained, I think it was the Bearded Butchers was explaining that one day, like if they are raised mainly on, this type of grass blend versus this type of grass blend, you'll get varying flavors in the meat. Um, most most beef, from what I understand, even if it's grass fed, is finished grain, unless you want to pay a buttload of money and get 100% grass fed. It's been 30-year learning experience for foraging and medicinals. Yeah. Um, I mean, I would love the ability to. I'm too worried. And around here, like in Florida, there's not a whole lot that you can truly walk out to the woods and eat mushroom wise. I mean, there's some other things out there, things that people outside of Florida wouldn't really think of, like swamp cabbage. Like, why why would I even think to cut down one of these palm trees to that point where I could harvest the heart? Like, I bet you would like it.
Maybe. Is that this?
I've heard it's really
cabbage?
good. Swamp cabbage, yeah.
Okay.
I would love to learn more about hunting mushrooms.
Yeah.
So many deadly and poisonous ones.
Yeah, we had
Samson
to.
Family Farm, you can also get an eighth of cow. Oh, I didn't know
When-
an eighth of cow.
Owen was really little. He liked to just pick whatever he wanted and eat it. So we had to tell him unless we told him all mushrooms were poisonous. So he freaked out about them for a while, but he's calmed down on that front. But
Yeah.
at least he never ate one.
David, if you find T.S. Wong on Facebook, he knows more about mushrooms, both hunting and growing. His business now is growing mushrooms. He's one of those guys, you can take a picture, send it to him, and he'll answer and tell you what it is. Yeah, it's edible. No, it's not edible. I mean, it's pretty crazy. On TikTok, there's some foraging channels that do a pretty good job. I'm just like, I know I'm the type of person that I'll get one and there'll be one thing off that I missed, and that it kills me. I know many on hardwoods are okay, but one main that I know is the chicken of the woods. It's one of my biggest passions, cattails. The 1/8 will depend on the source. Yeah. Swamp cabbage, yeah. It's, I can't remember what type of palm tree. Is it a sago palm? I don't remember. One of the palm trees, you can cut it all back away. Almost kind of like how you peel the artichoke, except this, you're chopping huge chunks off. And you get to the heart of the palm, and you can cook that up, and they call it swamp cabbage because it has the same kind of texture. There are a lot of edible mushrooms that don't look like anything else. Yeah. Adam Harshen's channel, Learn Your Land. She of the Woods. There's one, Eat Your Weed or something like that. He's pretty good foraging. Kirsty Forages, she had some really good videos, and Owen would watch them. Like, he was obsessed with Miss Kirsty. But I haven't seen many come from her. Maybe Facebook or YouTube has turned off the notifications like it does, and so I just haven't seen any. But it went a really long time where there was nothing, then she would do a couple videos, and then nothing. But I really like that style. She just shows a whole lot of what to look for, all the different things you could do with it. It was really neat. My cousin in Pennsylvania hunts on their 100-acre farm. They have morels and many good ones. Look up, if you're anywhere that grows morels, look up Urban Farming Guys. They're out of Kansas City. One of the cities in Kansas. There for a while, it was the highest crime rate per capita, or highest crime rate zip code, something like, I don't remember. But they bought like properties for $1 and turned it into a massive urban farm for the community, and really building up the community, and incredible stuff. But I found them from their morel. They showed how to grow morels in your own yard. And if you do that and you sell it, holy crap, you can make some money. I wouldn't sell it. I just eat them all. Eat your weeds. There you go. That's what I was thinking. Grass-fed and grass-finished is what Samson Family Farm sells, and it's tender and delicious. Eighth of a cow gives you steak, roast, ground beef, and a whole assortment from around the cow. Very cool. I want the butcher cuts. I want the cuts that nobody likes and they throw away, but the butchers really know what it's about. But all right. Well, I know we are rocking.
I'm so tired.
But I do think it's time for us to go get some dinner. Owen ate at the beginning of this, but we need to.
I'm tired.
We need to eat something. Morels have about a 0.001% chance of propagating domestic. Not when you go check them out. I think you the way they do it, it works. Anyway, y'all have a great evening and be watching football next Sunday. See you in 2 weeks. Alrighty. So y'all have a wonderful evening. Have a good, safe day tomorrow. Don't do anything stupid. All right. Bye.
Bye.